Hello there. Well, I'm back at the house. Um, Here's the Raging Bull that I was shooting earlier. 44 Magnum, 8.5-inch barrel. Now, like I was talking about the Colt Walker, okay, this is a Colt Walker. It's in 44 caliber, which is 454 round ball. Okay, so basically it's the same caliber as opposed to a 44 Magnum. As far as the power of a Walker, it was the most powerful handgun until in the early 20th century, early 1900s, that they developed the 357 Magnum, and the 44 Magnum, of course, is the successor to the 357. What we have here is a 45 Colt, long Colt, and as far as in the shells compared, okay, they're almost identical. You know, you can tell, of course, the 45 is a little bit bigger diameter, but as far as the weight of the actual slug is the same, a 240 grain. This is a soft tip. This is a hollow point soft tip. When I actually scaled them, they scaled out exactly the same. Okay, so if I put that on there, it's 0.9 ounces. That's the 44 Magnum. And this one here, 0.9 ounces. So as far as the actual round, it's almost identical. Now, if you're talking about the actual power, you're talking about maybe 750 feet per second as opposed to 12 to 1600 feet per second. Now, the loading on the Colt Walker originally was set for 60 grains of black powder with a 454 round ball, 250 grain. Ideally, they're recommending to run no more than 50 grains, because the original ones of these Colt Walkers, they made 1,100 of them, 1,000 for the Texas Rangers, and 100 that were private commemorative issues given to dignitaries and officials and stuff. There's very few of them left in the field. What was happening with 60 grains of powder, but it was a cast iron cylinder as opposed to a steel cylinder. The actual power of the 60 grain was exploding the cylinder. They were too hot. Running 50 grains in them, they're more than the Colt Old Army, the 1860, or the Remington 1858, which are set at no more than 30 grains of powder. The Dragoon, that is the model between this and the 1860, they made 3 models of the Dragoon, and they were set between 40 and 50 grains that you could run in those without any issue. Now, what I'm going to do, just comparing wise, the weight of this Raging Bull comes out to 3 pounds 15.1 ounces. Now, this is a heavy little pistol. Okay, the Colt Walker, 4 pounds 7.6 ounces. That's something that these soldiers and the Texas Rangers had to carry around, and generally they carried them in a scabbard that was in the holster on a saddle on their horse. Now, as far as hunting with these, it's not a matter of walking around more than, maybe a mile or so, as opposed to being out in the wilderness during the Civil War, and you're walking for miles and miles, or you're riding on horseback, or trying to walk around and such. Yeah, you'll have problems with the weight. Okay, now we're going back to weight. This here is a high point 40 caliber semi-automatic. People talk about these being heavy, just like I said in the video when I was making my observations about high points. Everyone bashes high points. They're a heavy, they're an ugly gun. Okay, maybe they're ugly. They're black. Well, big deal, they're black. But if you're carrying one of these, which only weigh 2.8 ounces, or 2 pounds 8 ounces. It's not that heavy of a pistol compared to 4 pounds 7 ounces, almost twice the weight. Can you imagine carrying one of these around as your concealed weapon? Nobody would carry one of those, and nobody would carry one of these for a concealed weapon. This might be a little bulky to carry around as a concealed weapon in your belt loop, but I couldn't see a reason why it wouldn't be in an underarm holster, or even if you're carrying it in your car for protection in a seat holster. Now, as far as the recoil of this, it's such a heavy gun, it wasn't any big deal. These were older rounds. These things were Western ammunition, but they're in a yellow box. It's been discontinued for I don't know how long, and the shooting shop that I got them at had acquired these from somebody else that was closing out, and they had a bunch of extra ammunition that they were just liquidating. So I got a good price on them, so just to try out the gun, it was doing fine. Now, like I said, I can't use this one as far as firing it yet. There's a little piece, when you cock this, you can see it doesn't hold the actual cylinder. As you see also, there's no caps in it, so safe. Do that too. No shells, safe. And now I'm having problems. I had it open earlier. It's no big deal. There. It's kind of odd. Anyway, it is empty. I guarantee it. If you can look in between, you can see there's nothing in the revolver. And in the high point, nothing in the tube, no magazine. Okay. Well, we've got 4 different eras too, okay? This is more of a hunting gun. This is more of a self-defense gun or a home protection gun. This was an Army or a Texas Ranger field gun for protection. This was considered the 1873 Colt New Army or Colt Army revolver. This was a German gun made by Wildrick Aramis, imported to the United States by FEI out of Miami, which is now defunct. Well, I don't know what else I had to say about these. They're nice little pistols. They're decent enough. This one here is a $150 gun. This I got used for $450. This one I got on an auction for $190. This one here I got for $200 at a gun show. So I've got a little bit invested in pistols. I've got a couple more black powders, and I've got a couple more little revolvers and several rifles. But if you like my reviews, my videos, click like, subscribe, comment if you'd like. But please subscribe and share my videos if you can. Thank you much, and have a nice day.